Last night, my oldest daughter broke something very valuable to me, and I'm upset. But not with her. I'm upset with myself and the way I reacted. Let's talk about that while we eat. In today's video, I'm having TOGOS, salad and sandwich. All right, as you can guess, I got the BLT. This time I added jalapeños on a parmesan bread. And I have the half Asian salad, which is my go-to at TOGOS. As you can tell, my voice is still terrible. I just came from getting labs done for a follow-up that I have this Friday. Okay, the Asian salad, for those who don't know, has these wonton type chips, has iceberg lettuce, some cabbage, looks like carrots, and cucumbers. And I asked for extra dressing, usually because I get the large, and then I just realize it's probably gonna be too much for the half salad. I forgot, on the BLT, I also got their chipotle mayo and some ranch. So it's very saucy. All right, let's start with the salad. Have a good meal. I can't even remember how long it's been since I've had TOGOS. I would say maybe in the 90s sometime, mid-late 90s. Back then my dad had a shop and my mom would bring him lunch. But sometimes she would have a meeting or something would come up where she couldn't go. She would call me and ask me to pick up lunch for my dad. And usually I would pick TOGOS because it was close by. The only ingredient I don't like about this salad is the iceberg lettuce. they gave us something a little bit better, like maybe even romaine lettuce or just all cabbage, I think it would be really good. The toasted Parmesan bread smells really good. Okay, for those of you who are only here for the TOGOS review, I'm going to give it a solid 3 actually. I haven't been there in a long time, and I remember liking it. Before I ever ate at Subway, I always went to TOGOS for my sandwiches. Although usually for sandwiches, I would either go for BLT or tuna, but my go-to would always be this chicken salad. So I would give it a solid 3. Too bad I just don't eat it as often as I used to. All right, that's all I have to say about the food. So let's get into the story of what happened with my daughter last night. Actually, let me add some pepper to my salad. I probably should have put it on before I mixed it, so it would be mixed in. So last night I was in the garage feeding my pet ants. And then when I was done, I came in, I was washing my hands. I guess while I was out there, the girls were in the living room playing with a soccer ball, and they hit and broke a couple things in the living room. But I didn't hear it since I was out in the garage. And as I was washing my hands, my younger daughter came up to me and she said, "Dad, Maddie broke your statue." And I looked at her, "Mom, what do you mean?" And she goes, "Maddie was kicking the ball and she hit your statue and it broke." So I finished washing my hands, walked out to the living room, and I saw that it was in pieces. And Maddie was on the floor looking for something. And so I grabbed the pieces, and initially I was very upset and I wanted to yell at them for playing soccer in the living room. But somehow I managed to calm my nerves, and I just grabbed it and I started to walk away. And for some reason I said aloud, "Grandma gave me this." And then I walked to my office. I don't recall them having this Parmesan bread back when I used to eat there. But if they did, I wonder why I never tried it. It's actually really good. Kind of like the little burnt cheese. As I sat in my office looking at the broken pieces, a calmness kind of fell over me. And I can hear my mom telling me, be patient with them. They're only girls. You yell at them too much. And she would always say, they love you so much. Don't yell at them. And then I realized, you know what? The statue, it's a statue of Mary, and I'll probably show it right here somewhere, maybe. Maybe over here. I don't know. But the reason it means so much to me is because my mom gave it to me. It does have religious significance. In the end, it's just a statue. When my mom says stuff like that to me, I always like to remind her that when I was little, I used to get spanked all the time and yelled at. My mom would always tell me, well, it's a different time and those are girls. But I can remember my dad spanking my older sister. The statue was my mom's, and she gave it to me when I left for Texas to go to college. And it's been with me ever since. About a year ago, I went back to where she bought it from to see if I can buy another one for her. The problem is they don't make that anymore. And they had some others. It didn't look as original as the one she gave me. So when I was at her house, I told her I went to the church to see if I can buy her a new one. And she says, no need. She already got one. And now she has an even bigger one. But not only that, she has tons of them. From the time my daughters started talking and claiming that they loved stuff, I would try to remind them that they should only be loving things that can love them back. Stuff like certain types of food, toys, movies. They shouldn't love those things because those are just objects. Nothing that can love them back. And here, I prioritized the statue over my daughter's feelings. Looking back, the thing I should have done was just to give her a hug and kiss and let her know that it was okay, that it was just a statue and that, together we can fix it. Instead, I sat in my office fuming about it with the door closed. Unbeknownst to me, my daughter was in her room, falling asleep. I don't know what she was thinking at the time. She never said sorry initially, but she was probably so scared of me. When I did finally go into her room to give her a kiss goodnight, she was already asleep. And it hurt my soul knowing that she went to sleep scared, not knowing that I love her more than I love that statue. It's just another failure as a parent on my part and a missed opportunity to teach my daughters the value of people over objects. This part of the bread isn't as burnt or crusty with the cheese. I really enjoyed that BLT over Subways. I don't know why I haven't been eating there. One of the things that really upsets me, in that moment, I chose to continue the cycle of generational trauma over love. Being a parent is hard. Much harder than I thought it would be. Eventually this morning, when she woke up, I gave her a hug and a kiss, and I told her how much I loved her. And then shortly after that, she apologized for what happened. And then I just told her, don't worry about it, that I loved her more than I liked that statue. And as I was driving and I looked at her in the rearview mirror, I saw that she had a little bit of peace going to school. I think that's what really matters, that she didn't have a heavy heart, that she wasn't upset. I guess for me, it's a win whenever I can control my anger. TOGOS has a mini sandwich. I think it's only 3 inches, half what I just ate. I think that and a salad, a half salad, is a better combination. Less food, but still filling. Now I'm actually at the point where I'm just forcing myself to eat. Let me know in the comments below how you deal with anger and forgiveness. Like I said, being a parent is hard. You know what? I have no choice. I can't go back now. Thanks for sharing this time with me today. I really appreciate you. It's never too late to go out and make it a great day. I'll see you in my next video. Take care now.